everybody, it's Coach Matt over here at Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Answering a question today from a discus thrower who's having some trouble getting the correct angle of release onto his discus throw. He said last year he was throwing the discus well. It was his first year doing it. With the full throw, he was getting about 28 meters. 28 meters is right around 95 feet, just under 100 feet. Now the issue he's having is that when he releases the discus, it's too flat, and it's only going about 22 meters. And he's wondering how to increase that angle of release, how to get the discus to fly higher. And when it comes to getting the discus to fly higher, what we need to talk about is the height of the hips, the angle of the hips at the end of the throw. Now, if you checked out our last video, the last video talked about how to get more pop into those hips. How to actually turn and pop the hip, squeeze the glute, work from the ground up, and get that hip up in the air to get more pop behind the shot put throw. That's what we need to talk about today. So what I'm going to do, let me grab the discus for you real quick and show you exactly what that person is talking about. Okay guys, so we have our discus right here. Now what he's talking about is as he throws, okay, I'm just going to hold the discus, grab it so I can show you guys. As the athlete throws, the discus is very flat. It's going parallel with the ground. He's not getting the correct angle of release onto that throw. So what we need to do is we need to get the discus higher in the air. Now let me show you how you do it. A lot of people will just say, well, all you have to do is lift the hand up a little bit. But that's not actually the correct way of doing it. That's a temporary problem. That's a short-term problem. What we need to do is correct this on the long term. And the way that you get more height on the discus, more angle on that release, is by getting the hips up higher in the air. So I'm going to turn sideways. I'm going to show this to you. Now, as you go through the power position with the discus, you are working, like we showed you in the video last time, from the ground up. So you're in the power position, you're going to turn your feet, you're going to explode with the knee, and then you're going to pop that hip. Now if you notice, when I stand flat on the ground, the discus should also be parallel to the ground. My hips, I'm just standing up straight, my hips are flat, the discus is parallel to the ground. Now, taking that into account, if I still hold the discus, okay, flat to the ground, and hold everything just as is, but I lift the hips, I pop the hip, I get up on my back toe, I squeeze my glute, look what happens to the discus. Discus goes from being flat to now pointing in the air. So the higher I get my hips, the more height you're going to have when you release that discus. So you want to keep the discus flat, but the hips are going to basically calculate for you how high you should be releasing that discus in the air. So it's all about the popping of the hips, squeezing your glute, getting up on that toe. That's going to basically figure out for you how high you should be releasing that discus. Now, the gentleman who sent in this question also sent a question wondering the correct drills or some exercises to help this out. The best exercise you can do to help this out is by taking a medicine ball or taking a shot put and placing it right here on the hip. Going through your power position, turning the feet, extending the knee, and then squeezing and popping that hip. Going through it quickly and getting that shot to go, or that medicine ball to go as far as possible. So hold it on the hip, you're going to turn and pop and throw that shot up in the air. Take the medicine ball, turn and pop and throw it up in the air. Use those hips, don't use the hands, use the hips and work on getting those hips nice and tall, nice and high up in the air. If you're a shot putter, if you're a discus thrower, you are probably having this problem right now, or you've had this problem in the past. So this is something for you to go back and take a look at. Make sure as you come through, the hips are getting in the air, and we're seeing this nice backward C position as you come through. Discus is in the hand, you've got the backward C from the ground up. Shot put's in the hand, you've got the backward C from the ground up. If you have that backward C, that means your hips are in the air. If there's no backward C, that means the butt is back and your hips are not getting into the throw. Guys, this is a great question. This is a question that a lot of throwers have or have had in the past. I know I've been asked it a few times, and it's a very common problem with beginner throwers. So this is something that you need to work on. Winter track here in New England starts up in about 4 weeks. So I know that we're going to have a good flooding of questions. Last year during winter track and during spring track, I was getting anywhere from 10 to 20 questions a day, and that's when my videos were only getting, 50 to 60 views a day. Now we're getting sometimes close to 500, 600 views a day. So make sure if you have questions, send them in. I'm going to get them answered for you. I promise that. So make sure you send them to matt@primalatc.com or just go to www.primalatc.com and leave a comment in the comment box at the bottom of the page. That gets emailed right to me. I get it right on my phone, and I'll get the question answered for you within a day or two. Hope to hear from you soon.